5 things that Blizzard needs to add in Classic Plus to keep PvPers happy. This is going to be a PvP focused video. Someone else can talk about, oh, we need more quests and dungeons and raids and stuff. I don't care about that shit. We're only going to talk about PvP. And there's one thing in here that is very huge that not even Zaryu or Asmongold, everyone seems to have forgotten about it. But there's one thing here that needs to change. So let's start with the big one right off the bat. Line of sight. This is such a stupid thing to ask for, but it's such a big thing when you think about it. Look at this. This is how Stranglethorn Vale looks like if you play a ranged class, let's say a hunter or a warlock or a mage. This is what Stranglethorn Vale looks like as a melee player, because of all the trees that have collision and the ground that has collision. Because of the lack of line of sight, the Blood Moon event in Stranglethorn Vale in Season of Discovery was an absolutely miserable experience if you played any melee class. It was very hard to get a group, you didn't get like the same amount of coins or kills as anyone else that were playing ranged, because you had to spend so much time running up and down mountains and around trees, while at the same time getting absolutely nuked and destroyed by all of the other ranged players. And you might say, oh, that's impossible, the Blizzard can't do that to such an old game. Well, private servers have already done it, and it's been very successful. So it's not hard to do, it's just lazy that we don't have it. Next one is very easy, it's a 1 versus 1 duel area. Not arena, area. The difference is an area is a place in the open world you can travel to, and an arena is an instanced place. In Vanilla and in Classic, most of what you did was in the open world, except dungeons and battlegrounds. So if you want to have an arena, that's fine, you can have that too, those are not mutually exclusive, but what I mean is a 1 versus 1 duel area, where every time you duel and the duel is finished, your cooldowns are reset and your health is set to maximum HP again. Why would you say? Why would you want this? Well, it's to practice and get better at PvP. If you've done any sort of like dueling session, you know that most of the time you're just sitting on your ass just waiting for cooldowns instead of actually playing the game. You're tabbing out and doing other stuff. And if you want to build a community of people that hang out and share experiences and play with each other, you need to have it in the open world. My suggestion is that you have a sanctuary zone where you go in there, people, allies and horde can go in there and duel each other, but they can't attack each other except being inside of a duel. Point number 3, new trinkets and consumables. I'm going to go out on the limb here and say that you cannot do classic PvP without consumables. And you cannot do classic PvP without having your bags full of weird and strange trinkets. It's such an integral thing when it comes to vanilla and classic PvP, and if you want to have a classic plus, you need to add to that. But please do not do the way you guys did in Season of Discovery. The trinkets that you added were way too strong, and the cooldowns was way too low. There's like a discussion going around if the PvP trinket should be changed to a universal trinket, so everyone gets a trinket that removes all CC. Me personally, I'm not against it. I think it might be a good idea. But please, for the love of God, do not put it at a 2-minute cooldown. Why? Because if the cooldown of the trinket is too low, that means you're not going to trinket swap anymore. Trinket swapping is a very, very big thing in PvP. Don't be afraid of having trinkets with 5, 10, 15, 30-minute cooldown, because it's so fun to be in a situation and have to think about, which trinket should I use here? Okay, I don't have my optimal setup right now. Point number 4, this one is quite easy. Leveling from PvP and PvP quests in the open world. And I don't know why this is not a part of the game, but again, this is a kind of a private server thing that was really successful and I think a lot of people enjoyed. Is that when you go to a new place, a new town in a new zone and you're leveling, let's say you're level 25, there's a board, you click on it, you get, hey, kill 5 alliance players in this zone. And of course, it has to be within, 5 level difference. You just can't run around as a level 60 and gank everyone. It has to be within your level range. It's going to build on the faction versus faction. It's going to build on the PvP. This is World of Warcraft. It's about war. That's the whole point of the game. It's PvP. But even if you're on the PvE realm, you can opt in. You can just turn on war mode or whatever and do the quests and get some good rewards, XP, maybe some rep, maybe, a tabard if you do it enough. Just have some fun. Point number 5, new class and race combinations. It's so boring to make the same character for the 50th time. Oh, I'm gonna make an undead mage because that's the best one. Oh, I'm gonna make a Tauren druid because that's the only thing I can play as a druid on Horde. Yay, great. Please just open it up. And the meta in PvP has already been figured out. Just shake it up a bit. Let people explore and find new combinations that are good. A dwarf mage would be really good versus rogues. I think that would be cool. Maybe a dwarf druid would be super good as a tank because of the stormform and extra armor. I don't know. Let people figure it out. The game is just gonna feel very different from the first time you log in and make your character. You're actually going to have to make a choice again. Not just the copy pasta, the same choice you've made like 50 times already. And at last, thank you so much for listening to all of my rants. PvP is definitely something I'm very passionate about. But do you agree with what I said? Do you disagree? Did I forget about something? I think I could talk about this subject for 2 more hours. But if you liked the video, please like and share. Maybe we could get the right people to watch it. I don't know. Maybe some people could make a change. I don't know. Anyway, have a great day.